Please be seated. Welcome to the 2025 Spring Athletic Assembly. This is the final assembly and closes the chapter on the 2024-2025 sports season. We've had a lot of success on the sport fields, in the gyms, and in the arena. A sincere congratulations to all of you on your successful seasons. Tonight, we are here to hear from the coaches of our very successful spring programs. Our 4 rugby teams won their playoffs. Our girls lacrosse team won the McCoy Cup. Our boys lacrosse team took home the RSCQ League play and lost a heartbreaker in the RSCQ playoffs. Our tennis and golf teams both took home the ETAC League banners. Flag football, a new program, took home the league banner and the playoff banner. Golf won the ETAC banner and cleaned up at the RSCQ Championship. Badminton won several golds and silvers at the ETAC meets at Galt, and track and field athletes took home several first, second, and third places at RSCQ and US meets this spring. Literally, every single team brought home hardware, as you can see behind me tonight. What an incredible way to end the 2024-25 season. Congratulations, kids. You really made your school proud. And as much as we have to celebrate, I'll get right to it with the important thank yous. So on behalf of all of us in this room, I'd like to give a big thank you to several special people. This group of people work behind the scenes to make sure you have enjoyable seasons. Thank you to Ms. Sonia Perron, Mr. Maxime Boulet, and Mrs. Holly Moore in the Health Center, and to our athletic therapist, Ms. Megan Vincent. Thank you to Ms. Godin, Ms. Beckers, and Mr. Auerbach for taking on the softball group and running a very fun spring program. Thank you to the maintenance department, the ladies in the laundry, the team at the arena, our drivers, and our kitchen staff who all work tirelessly to make sure we have everything we need. Your program simply wouldn't run without these dedicated people. Thank you to Tyler Bata in the athletics store for all his work in making sure you all had what you needed for practices and games. And thank you to Ms. Karina Guerrero, who continues to work tirelessly to support me in the athletics program. Finally, a huge thank you to your spring coaches. Every good program starts with a good leader, and we had great ones this spring. I think it's safe to say you all were led by very talented, engaging, and committed coaches. So a big round of applause to all those people I mentioned, the people who made this spring term so successful. Now, before we get to the speeches, Friday was the end of the all-campus competition, the end of All Campus 52. So, in 4th place with 92 points, my alma mater, so that means you know I don't cheat, North. In 3rd place, early leaders, but have given up the lead with 98 points, West. And separated by 1 point, and recounted by more than one person. Your all-campus 52 champions are South! All right, I'll ask the captains. Captains, come up and get your trophy. Congratulations, South. Now our first program to be recognized, Junior Girls Rugby, Mrs. Schaefer.
Okay, rugby season. It is the shortest season in days, but it will have a lasting impact on your life. Some of you will never play rugby again after this season. Others will go on to play senior girls rugby, university and provincial teams, and beyond. Regardless, you're all going to remember the lessons learned from playing this sport. Rugby season has developed your mental and physical strength. As some of our youngest and smallest players can attest to, it does not matter if you are half of someone's size. If you go in low and rap hard, you can take anyone down. Rugby season has taught you the importance of inclusion and making others feel like they belong. You each had a place on this team, from the injured cheerleaders to our team manager and our first aid assistant, from the props to the winger, and from the new players to the third-year players. Nobody was turned away, and every one of you had a role to play. Rugby season has showed you the power of relationships. You embraced one another as teammates, and you lifted each other up in more ways than lemon, 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 lime. You started and finished every practice in an enormous circle of 25, with your arms around each other, showing respect and unity. You learned that rugby season is an incubator for good vibes and for bringing out the best in humanity. Thank you to the brave Bantam players, Olivia, Grace, Laurel, Sophie, Alex, Maddie, Mackenzie, and Sheridan. You moved from playing flag to contact games like professionals. You were fearless, and you ended up playing some of the best youth rugby I have ever seen. You learned so much, and you didn't lose a game. It was a thrill for the coaches to watch you make your first tackles, win your first scrums, and make your first tries. There are many more of these to come. To our first-year junior players, Danny, Mika, Daniela, Maite, Jimena, Erica, Sophia, Paula, Coco, and Beatrice. You improved so much this season, and you always wanted to get in the game. With 25 players in the program and only 7 spots on the field, it was sometimes challenging to make everyone happy. I missed a lot of field goals this season looking at my clipboard, making lines, and trying to get everybody time. You never complained about how random this was, and you seized every minute out there as an opportunity to learn the game. By the end, I was so proud to play 14 different players in our ETIAC final and have each of you contribute to the championship win. What a feat. To our veteran players, Clara, Chi-Chi, Evany, Caitlin, Haley, Jade, and Juliet. You have been at Stanstead College for 3 years, as have I. I was thrilled with the results of our first season back in 2023, and since then the momentum has only built with you guiding the team. I am extremely grateful for the leadership and heart that you have put into this program. It has been a gift to coach you. And I know that the senior girls and their coaches are excited to welcome you to the next level. Girls, thank you for making rugby practice the best part of the day for me and for many of your teammates. To our coaches, Ms. Guerrera and Quinn Smits, you have been incredible supports. I am so grateful that you chose to work with us and for everything you brought to this team. And finally, a huge thank you to everyone working in athletics, including Mr. Spurk, Ms. Guerrera, and Tyler Bada for taking care of the many details of the season. To the social media team for capturing these moments and sharing our successes, the wellness team for keeping us safe, and to all the rugby coaches from all teams for the conversations, advice, encouragement, and mentorship. Now for the awards. When I do the bantams, the 2 bantams come up, and then I do juniors after? Okay. Sorry, being first. Okay, we have 2 bantam S's to award. First one is awarded to Alex Rodi. She asked a lot of questions, listened to the answers, learned the basics of the game, overcame her nerves, improved her tackling, and scored a lot of tries for her team. Alex Rodi. The second Bantam S goes to Mackenzie Whiskey Chen. She was a natural from day one, with hands like glue, no fear tackles, and relentless defense. She was eager to play with the juniors, but instead played her heart out to help the Bantams win their games. Mackenzie Whiskey Chen, you girls can come up. Okay, junior S's. First one will go to Juliette Bernardi. She set 2 main goals at the beginning of the season: to lose the fear when tackling and to improve her kicks. She did both successfully. She also scored countless tries by swiftly tiptoeing around the opposition and revealing her stealth speed. Juliet, it was admirable to see you not only achieve your goals, but surpass them. Junior S goes to Clara Buck-Thompson. Clara brings consistency, leadership, and strength to practices and games. She is the rock of the team. She plows through groups of people at a time, and when she has 2 people hanging off each leg and eventually decides to go to ground with the ball, she does so with composure and control. Clara is a fierce competitor, yet a calming presence. She was our anchor this season. Next one. Chi-Chi Riddle. Chi-Chi is a versatile player, and she was depended on this season for her strength in the scrum, her brutally forceful tackles, and her straight-arm victories on the wing. After 3 years on the team, Chi-Chi has a strong understanding of the game, and she can play anywhere. She has grit and speed, and she is willing to run through a wall for her team. And final, Junior S goes to Haley Gilbert. Haley, as scrum half, showed that she can do it all. Unstoppable runs, often resulting in tries, smart plays off the scrum, amazing vision on the field, and impressive conversions. Not much can take this girl down, and her "I'm all right, miss" attitude is a testament to her resilience and positive mindset. She was gone for her grade 8 year, but didn't miss a beat, and returned to the program as an incredible teammate and an all-in Spartan. And our Sportsmanship Award. Over the past 3 years, this individual has been a dedicated player, and she has truly embodied the essence of rugby. She has told me on many occasions, sometimes with tears in her eyes, how much she loves this sport. She approaches every practice and game with her best effort. She consistently demonstrates respect for the rules, the players, and the spirit of the game. She brings intensity at all times, and she sets high standards for others to follow. It is with great pride that we present this year's Sportsmanship Award to Caitlin Wonka. You girls can come forward.
Next to speak for junior boys rugby, Mr. G.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. So the junior boys had a great season, just like last year. We won the league and we won the playoffs, so it's pretty nice to win both. I was thinking about what I can talk about from our season that you guys can all benefit from. So I came up with 2 things. The first is practice, and the second is personality. So does practice matter is the question, and I'm a music teacher, so I think you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to put it in numbers for you. We played 17 games this season, so all total, that's 4 hours of rugby. We practiced 23 times, and that at about an hour and a half to 2 hours per practice, that's about 40 hours of practice. So 40 hours to 4 hours. 10-to-1 ratio of practice to game, just to give you guys some perspective, some idea, some objective reality of how much practice really matters. If you don't think the coaches see you and notice you and see what type of person you are, what kind of personality or character you have in practice, think about it. That's what we notice more than games. Just think about that. The second thing is personality. We had as many different personalities on our team as there are people. Coaches, rugby coaches especially, are love to say that we unify people from different lifestyles or whatever. Like you play basketball, you play hockey, you play soccer, whatever your background is. When you come to the rugby team, everybody's playing rugby. We're all on the same team. Some people have played a little bit before and half the team are rookies. It doesn't matter. We're going to work with that. Different body types. We have tall people, short people, bigger people, smaller people, fast people, slow people. Doesn't matter. We'll work with that too. So body types, backgrounds, personalities. Sometimes on rugby teams, you have strong personalities, what some people might call hotheads, right? So we have to work with that too, of course, sure. That's what coaches do. Sometimes we have one-on-ones, and sometimes we have team huddles where we talk about what's going on, what's happening right now in practice, what just happened, right? So those things build a team, practice and personalities. It all came together for us in the last 2 weeks. The season wasn't without its bumps in the road, but it came together for us in the last 2 weeks. We didn't have any games after the May break, so we had 7 practices to get ready for the playoffs. So we went into that last day in the semifinals against BCS, and we mopped the floor with them. They have good athletes, just no game plan. So we broke them easily in the semifinal. So then we're going into the final against Seminaire. And Seminaire had beaten us in the only game that we lost in the season, in season play, not exhibition, in season play. They'd beaten us 21-12. And they have the 2 strongest, biggest guys in the league on the same team. It doesn't seem fair, but that's how it is, and those are the cards we were dealt. So I put Jacob and Holden on those 2 guys, and we practiced keeping the ball, possession. Just maintain possession, don't turn it over, do all the little things right, make sure we keep the ball and keep it away from them. They can't score if they don't have the ball, right? And it worked. We won 17-0 in the final. So, that's what happens when practice and personality comes together. And we want to thank you guys for a great season. Now the awards. You can clap for each one because they deserve it, all right? The Sportsmanship Award goes to John Rombotis. If you don't know Rombo Jr., he's tough. But he's a man of very few words, has a silent, strong personality, and he tackled Seminaire's biggest guy and got a black eye from it. And I pulled him off because he was kind of shaken up a little bit, and I said, "Johnny, you all right?" He just looks at me, shrugs, and goes, "Yeah, I'm good." He's tough, let me tell you. The first Junior S goes to a rookie, Ludovic Baudry. Ludo still has to work on his defense, he knows this, but his offense is lights out good. He can read a defense super quick. He learned that. In rugby, you don't want to pass a ball if it's going to get picked off. If the defense is flat up on you, usually you take the ball into contact or you kick it through them, but you have to make a split-second decision. That's not easy when you're about to get hit. So he was really, really good on offense. We appreciated that. The second Junior S goes to Medric Bizier. We trusted Medi at scrum half. He touches the ball. He has the ball in his hands more than any other player throughout every game. And so we trusted Medi to make all the right decisions. He's got a really, really high rugby IQ, and he's really calm on the field. So he's a really smart decision maker, and we really love that about him. The third Junior S goes to Jacob Leduc. And the fourth Junior S goes to Holden Smits. So these 2 guys together, strong personalities, sure, but when they work together, they're like the boosters on the NASA space shuttle. They can blast the team into space and make us achieve greater heights than we could ever achieve. So I want you guys to remember that when you get these awards, to think about that. Think about using your power for good. All right? Come on up and get your awards, fellas. With the certificate? Okay. Let's go off to the side. I deserve it.
Our next program to speak, inaugural season, flag football, Miss Scrabby.
Much shorter than everybody else. First, I'd like to start with everybody's question in mind. What happened to Mr. Kuse? He's walking with a cane. So I'm just going to address it. Mr. Kuse injured himself playing flag football, ironically, and we're hoping that he will get better soon. So just so everybody doesn't keep asking, sir, what happened? That is what happened. First, we would like to thank everyone who made this inaugural flag football season possible. Thank you to Mr. Spurk for supporting our vision in introducing a flag football team in Spartan Athletics. We hope we can really expand the program in the coming years. We'd also like to thank everyone who supported the team at Jamborees and at our championship games, even through the rain. Shout out to Mr. Samard, our #1 fan. I also want to thank my co-coach, Mr. Kuse, for expanding my knowledge and love for football and flag football. And lastly, we'd like to thank our team. Girls, your season has been nothing short of amazing. You've put in many hours of work, not only on the field, but also after practices, whether it was learning the playbook, throwing the ball around, or practicing snaps and kicks. Your hard work and dedication have truly proven that flag football deserves its place at Stanstead. Now, another side note. Mr. Delorme, I recall you having a bet with your U18 team that if they had an undefeated season, you would invite them to your wedding. Since they failed to do so during your season, our players decided to make it their mission to have an undefeated season so that they could get an invite to your wedding. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'll be expecting 16 wedding invitations in my mailbox. Anyway, the flag football team truly had an amazing season. A very rainy season, but nonetheless amazing. Along the way, we've learned a lot of lessons. We learned that cleats and concrete do not mix. So kids, only run with cleats on grass. We learned many new words in French on the field, and also learned that our bilingual players would have to double as translators on the field as well. We learned how to conquer Mother Nature with 8 out of 11 games being played in the rain and mud. This made for some spectacular diving flagpoles where we left in brown uniforms instead of white, so thank you to laundry. There might also be a really huge divot in Brompton Mills Field from Emily's knee brace. That was commitment on a diving flagpole. The rain also served as unique fashion opportunities where trash bags then turned into shirts and even rain jackets. Lastly, we can't forget about our halftime sugar rush at every game and our Starbucks runs after away games. I might need to take a little break from sour candy after all of this. We also had many laughs, smiles, and jokes, with many opportunities to poke fun at each other, like how Mr. Kuse constantly mixes up the girls' names and still owes over 150 push-ups. This has truly been a memorable first year of flag football. Thank you for all the memories. We will cherish them forever, and we hope that you will too. Mr. Kuse will now slowly hobble his way to the stage to present the Junior S Awards and the Sportsmanship Award.
First up, there you go. So first I'd like to thank the girls. Thank you for all your hard work, your heart, your dedication for making this first season something really, really special. And of course, thank you to Ms. Scrabby. None of this would be possible without you on my side and backing me up whenever I need help. Each one of you has brought something unique to the field, and I really wish I could give out 16 awards tonight, but unfortunately, we are only giving out a Sportsmanship Award and 4 Junior S's. For a Sportsmanship Award, we are co-awarding this to 2 players who constantly demonstrated what it means to be great teammates. They approached every challenge with a positive attitude and stepped into the role that the team needed them to, wherever it was on the field or on the bench. Beyond that, they dedicated extra time before and after practice to sharpen their skills, always striving to improve and be ready for game day. Their commitment and team-first mindset were an inspiration for everyone on the field. The Sportsmanship Award goes to Annabelle and Raya. Next up is our first Junior S Award. This student athlete gave everything she had at every practice and every game. She didn't just push herself, she pushed her teammates to keep improving. Always looking for a challenge, she was the one asking for harder practices, embracing new drills until she perfected it. She brings a heart of a warrior to the field and matched by the athleticism to back it up. Junior S to Jaden Bingham. Our second Junior S of the night goes to a player who could always be counted on whenever we needed her the most. One moment that stands out came late in a tight game where we needed a touchdown to win the second half of a game. So the way it worked in our league is you got points for winning the first half and you got points for winning the second half. So we needed this touchdown to win the second half points. I looked over to Natalia and said, "Hey Natalia, an interception would be pretty sweet here." She turned around and said, "Yes coach, the following play had an interception and ran it back for a touchdown." So for always being able to come up in those clutch moments, and we're always able to count on you, Natalia, Junior S. Our third Junior S Award of the night goes to a player who showed up ready to compete, no matter the condition. Rain, cold, wind, it didn't matter. She was always focused, reliable, and ready to go. She rarely dropped a pass, rarely missed a flag, and was a constant problem for our opponent's run game and short passes. She locked down some of our toughest opponents on offense to the point where other teams' coaches became frustrated. Her hands were trustworthy, her routes were sharp, and her football intelligence was especially an asset to our team. Junior S to Emily Labonte. Our final Junior S of the night goes to a player who could create any dull-looking play into an explosive 80-yard run. With lightning-quick feet and jaw-dropping agility, she made incredible runs look effortless and turned every play into a highlight reel. No matter if she was backed into a corner with 5 opposing players, she somehow broke free and had a 10-yard stride to the end zone. So for her explosive plays and her ability to create amazing plays out of nothing, Junior S goes to Elizabeth Belanger. Girls, you can come up. Thank you.
All right, the next program is the first program of the night that can award Major S awards. As in the first 2 assemblies, if an athlete wins a Major S award, the athlete is honored with a standing ovation from everyone. Next program to speak, track and field, Monsieur Prévost.
Good night, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank all the people who were involved in making the track and field season successful. Mrs. Smith, our valuable coach who brought expertise that pushed athletes to be at their best, and Mr. Spurk who helped organize the schedule and many other things. This year, 13 boys and 3 girls were involved on our team. Some of them had a solid background on the track, while others were training seriously for the first time of their life. Overall, we had a good group of people who showed up every day with a great deal of motivation in order to give their best and grow as athletes. Emmanuel Alexandre and Garrett Dodge. They were the youngest athletes on the team. They started the season on a good note, but were not lucky with injuries at the end of the season. Jose Palacio and Ethan Liverpool. They both showed a strong potential and were competitive during practice. I'm looking forward to discover more of your abilities in the future. Marek Thibodeau and Keita Tsutsumi. They made strong progress in the art of throwing the javelin, and I hope they will continue in developing their skills. Timon Potokny, Matej Dobos, and Ziyu Wang. They made strong progress in the art, not in the art of throwing javelin, but they got more involved as the season progressed. But I am sure we haven't seen the best of them yet. Liam Castonguay, he was a fierce competitor in the 100 meter, although a hip injury made him fall dramatically at our last event of the season. He's all right now. I see a lot of potential in you, Liam. Just keep working on it. Josh Seaback. There is no doubt that Josh has great athletic skills, as he proved all year long in various sports. On the track, Josh could easily compete with older students, and I am confident he has the potential to reach the podium if he continues his progression in this sport. Liam Summum and Walker Smits were our top long-distance runner, and they showed such impressive results that they were both selected at the provincials. While Walker showed incredible resilience, winning races despite being sick, Liam shined the whole season with no less than 4 first positions in different events. During all campus, Liam was also the fastest junior student both in the 100 and 400 meters. At the provincial, Walker and Liam respectively finished 5th and 9th in the province in the 800 meters. Macy Putka. Macy is an amazing long-distance runner, and she showed a great work ethic throughout the season. Macy is a natural, and with a bright future in front of her. And she dominated every race she participated in, finishing first no less than 5 times. This record gave her a pass to the provincial, where she finished 9th in the province in the 1500 meter race. Florence Blanchette, what a great soul. Florence was a 3-year pillar on our team. She showed a tireless work ethic from day one and led by example during the practice. Florence had an awesome season, being in the top 3 in almost all the events she participated in. Her most impressive highlights were her first position in shot put in Ottawa and her win in the 100 meter in North Country. Furthermore, Florence was the fastest girl of the school at all campus. Tu vas beaucoup nous manquer, Florence. Luc de la Bruyère. Luc was also a 3-year pillar on the team. Luc will be greatly missed next year. As a coach, he is the kind of athlete you can always rely on. During the competitions, he led by example and made tremendous progress, finishing first in few occasions. Good luck, Luke. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be your coach. Finally, I would very much like to thank and commend you all, guys. We had a great season together. You all seem to enjoy this time spent together. You were competitive in your own way and respectful with others. During the spring, it's been a sincere pleasure to show up on the track, watch you give your best effort, and have fun together, regardless of the weather. Okay. It's now time to give the awards to the deserving athletes. Tonight we have one senior has to give. for your resilience throughout the season. You also deserve the Sportsmanship Award for your cheerful influence on the group. Walker Smiths, please come up. We also have 4 major S's to give. For winning everything with style and grace this season, the first major S goes to Macy Putka. Please come up. For his commitment to training only unmatched by his passion to the sport, the second major S goes to Liam Summon. For excellence in all the aspects of our sport, the third major S goes to Florence Blanchette. For his determination and impressive season, even surprising himself, the final major S goes to Luc Delabruyère.
Our next program to speak is Golf, Mrs. Smith.
Good evening, everyone. Golf is a compromise between what your ego wants you to do, what experience tells you to do, and what your nerves let you do. We had a great season this year, and I've got to say I really enjoyed working with this group of kids. We had 20 kids on the team, and it was a fantastic season. First, a huge thank you to Mr. Spurk, Mr. Gauthier, Mr. Demers, the kitchen staff, and finally to Mr. Sylvain Leblanc, a former Stanstead parent and local golf pro who worked with our team again this year. I'd also like to thank Dufferin Heights for their support of our program. They are very open to our scheduling and very flexible when we need to change at the last minute. We had quite a cast of characters this year. Basically, your name needed to be Ben, Jack, Zach, or Emma, because I had 2 of each. We had at the bantam level, Sammy and Ben Magnan. Junior level, Emma Littner, Zach Vachon, Ben Rioux, Sheppy, Grayson, Jonah, Alexi, and Blake. We also had Henricks at the junior level. Even though he was bantam age, he competed as a junior this year. And finally, at the senior level, returning golfers were Michaud, Hubert, Will, Craner, and JC, and they were joined by Henry the Glue Riddle, Jack Smiley Adams, and Andrew, I hit the ball really far, Doms. Final golfer on the team, but by no means least or last, was Emma Boomer McIntyre. Played in two leagues again this year, the RSEQ, where golfers compete at their own level, so bantams against bantams, juniors against juniors, and so on. And at the final tournament, we won 8 out of 9 possible medals that we were eligible for. So very well done to everybody. We also played in the ETIAC League, yes, and we were the winner of this year's banner, and it wasn't decided until the last tournament where we showed up in style and quite soundly beat the 2 schools from down the road. So some highlights, we had some beautiful days on the course. It's pretty nice when you get to go out and play a sport that you really enjoy for a couple of hours after school every day. There was a lot of fun competition, of course with friendly ribbing all around, all the big woods and chocolate shakes that we had, and trees. So let me explain. One rainy Friday, we went and played a scramble, and it was very wet, but the competition was very fierce. So fierce, in fact, that Blake tried to swing so hard that he almost came out of his shoes. But he swung so hard that his 5-wood came out of his hand and ended up in the top of a spruce tree on the 18th tee. Came down the next day. All right, as I said, we had a very successful season, both on the individual front and as a team. I think each golfer learned something about themselves, tenacity, mental toughness, learning how to deal with a bad shot or a bad round, and each golfer also improved their skills over the course of the season. I applaud all your hard work and your desire to always get better. I hope you found a passion for a game that you will stay with you for years to come. Just think you'll be able to play when you're my age. Tonight I'm going to recognize a number of athletes. I'd ask them all to come up together. My first award is the Sportsmanship Award. In the words of Tom Watson, golf is a game of ego, but it's also a game of integrity. The most important thing is that you do what's right when no one is looking. The winner of this award does just that. And while being a good sport is important in all walks of life, it may be even more important in golf, because if you get into your own head, then things can go south really quickly. This young golfer has it figured out. He's remarkably focused and mature in his approach to the entire game and truly epitomizes what it means to be a good sport. Congratulations to Henrix Romero. The first junioress is awarded to the sole junior in the female division. While she competed against a very small group, she continually held her own. We worked on changing both her grip and her swing early on, and this made a world of difference in her overall game. In tournaments, she was head and shoulders above her competition. However, she showed true Spartan spirit by always encouraging her competitors and making a friendly game out of each event. I can't wait to see what next year brings. Congratulations to RSEQ Junior Girls Gold Medalist, Emma Littner. Two junior boys have also earned an S for similar reasons. They both epitomize hard work, focus, determination, and a love of the game. And both are incredibly gifted golfers. They played well, not only in RSEQ competition, where they were gold and silver medalists, but also in ETIAC competition, where they were major contributors to the team's success. Hendricks started the year with the lowest scores in the entire field, and Zachary finished the year with the lowest scores, again, in the entire field, junior, senior, everything. Both of these boys can compete at the senior level with no difficulty whatsoever. Congratulations to Henrix and to Zachary Vachon. Finally, I'm awarding one senior S this year to a young man who's been a quiet leader on the team for 2 years now. His golf has been up and down, yet he worked hard, practiced, listened to instruction, and always represented Stanstead proudly. Hubert has the potential to be an excellent golfer. While this year did not always go as planned, he was a great contributor and finished as bronze medalist in RSEQ competition. Congratulations, Hubert. Would you all please come up and get your awards?
Across 4 tournaments, she earned 3 gold medals and 1 silver. Isabel seeks high-level competition and is always up for a game against the toughest players on our team. Elected by her teammates and coaches in recognition of her accomplishments this season, Isabel Michaud is this year's recipient of a Major S and the Michael Wolf Trophy for all-around excellence and sportsmanship in badminton. Congratulations.
Our next program to speak, girls lacrosse, Mrs. Wilkinson.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to do one part of the talking, and then after that, the awards will be given by Miss Garrett. We have a deal, right, at the middle of the... Okay, just checking. This is a poem. The poem is by Batman. Batman. And this is the official You Are My Sunshine poem for the girls lacrosse. So, Batman is back for the 2025 Stanstead campaign, coaching lacrosse with Shannon in snow, wind, and rain. 16 gritty athletic girls with no one to play in the goal. This dilemma could not put the season in a big adverse hole. Shannon begs at assembly and offers a $50 reward as Matilda came forward, Shannon's spirit soared. Second mother Barb assumes her daily babysitting role to have fun, play hard, and don't waste a day in the goal. 3 days of practice, 3 hours to Hebron, and we win by 3. Charlie scores a behind-the-back shot. That was the key. Win the day, find a way, and only the mailman walks. Here's your help, yeah, ready, break down, and all our talks. Annie starts in goal over our victory at Tilton School. Baby number 3, that announcement gave the girls fuel. Our victory at St. Paul's School, Matilda left in a boot. Quinny was in heaven, and girl, she would scoot. Girls on the bus do homework, sleep, eat, and braid hair. Stanstead girls have a blue-collar mindset, and they really care. History was made by playing our first ever home game. Our 4th victory over Vermont Academy was sweet in the rain. A beloved teacher coach was our greatest fan. Can you guess that loyal and most generous man? Thank you, Mrs. River found 2 best friends in Skylar and Addie. Like Quinn, they both love their mommy and daddy. We thought we lost Penelope to surgery for the season. She came back to practice and play. There is a reason. That reason is her warrior teammates who wished her back. They love each other and they work together like wolves in a pack. The girls earned their 5th victory over Beaver Day in Newton, Mass. Despite poor refereeing, the girls still reacted with class. Proud and happy and undefeated, the girls win the McCoy Cup. It's a day of joy they will remember like getting a new pup. This team had coaches and teammates who care about one another. They are players who had each other's back like sisters and brothers. You girls earned the right to play, and you did it with 10 toes in. Enjoy the memory, because life doesn't always guarantee a win. Don't forget the people who helped you get there, and keep chasing your dreams without any fear. Thank you, coaches, players, teachers, your AD and Spartan Nation, and 17 awesome Spartan girls. You were our sunshine and inspiration. Love and God bless, Batman. You want to read this part? One more quick thing. Goodbye and good luck to the following Spartan girls who are graduating or will not be returning to Stanstead. You will be missed and never forgotten. Miley, Naya, Annabelle, Skylar, Addie, Annie, whoops, Eva, Kate, Charlie, Isa, Matilda, and Bianca.
Hi everyone. I cry a ton, just to let you know. Like, this is just who I am, and I apologize. Thank you to Barb. She leaves everybody better than how she found them. That's the best way that I can describe Barb. I also describe her as Mother Nature. I've never met one kid on this campus that doesn't have a nice thing to say about you. Okay. I'm really sorry. It's bad. If this is your first time with me, I apologize. It's bad. I don't know how to say goodbye to you guys, but I will say that I have a lot of good memories in my life, and you guys are top 10 for me. Like, I will remember you for the rest of my life. And if my 2 daughters and probably 3rd daughter is even a shadow close to how you guys are, I feel like I will have won the lottery. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Awards. If any of you find this unfair, so do I, okay? This is an elite team, and it's impossible for me. So senior S's, I'm gonna announce all of them, and then you can all come up at the same time, right? Okay. First one up, super feisty, never quits, a defensive offensive player, and more of a mother to my kids than I am during the season. That's Sky. Next one is, Next one, the personal development of this player on and off the field is award-winning for me. I'm so proud of the person that you've always been and the person that you are now, and that's Naya. Next one up is the scariest defender on the field for both teams, with the most flexible and beautiful mind and the softest heart, and that's Lori. And the last senior S is a girl that was unsure about playing this year and gave me one of the greatest compliments when she told me that she was so happy that she did play. And the behind-the-back goal makes you easily one of the best players in Canada, probably. And that's Charlie Danks. I'll come up now.
Sportsmanship.
Oh, sorry, stay seated. Sportsmanship, I'm co-awarding. First one is to the girl that was always first and last on the field and always carried a burden for our team and never stops asking questions. And I hope you never do, and that's Annie. And next sportsmanship is a person that leads with kindness. And I think that it doesn't feel like it's a superpower now, but it will end up being your superpower in life, and that's Addie. All right, now you can all come up. That wasn't too bad for me, by the way. Pretty proud. Yeah, not bad. Okay, on to the major S's. You guys are almost there. Doing a great job, thank you. Starting with the girl that after every single game, and I swear to God, for 2 years, the other coach comes up to me and says, "Who's number 12? What's her story?" So one of the most impressive athletes at Stanstead College, and that's Penelope. Good job, P. Next up, a girl that's kind of the heartbeat of the team for me, the voice of reason. She played through injuries and she kind of complained a lot. And she doesn't want to ever admit it, but she's one hell of a lacrosse player. And I hope that America doesn't change you. Miley Pion. Okay. All right. Next one is a Major S winner and also a co-MVP. So we could be losing by 30, and if Rosalie Tremblay looked at me and said, "We got this, coach," I would believe her. And so to the kid that refuses to be anything but the best in everything she does, that's Rosalie Tremblay. And last, it's no surprise to anybody that the last Major S and also MVP winner is Zoe. She makes me emotional, sorry. Zoe loves this game so much and the game loves her back. Her play is impossible to defend. She's like the wind. And my hope for her is that she'll be able to play lacrosse beyond Stanstead. Here we go, Zoe. MVP Major S. I have one last thing to do, okay? We started the season with me begging in assembly $50, so I'd like to end Matilda's contract with us with another $50. Please come up and receive. Matilda was one of the greatest gifts to our team. She loves attention. Everyone stand up and give her a round of applause. Here we go.
All right, never a dull moment with Shannon Garrett. Next to speak, boys lacrosse, Mr. Winquist.
I want to start by thanking Mr. Spurk. Without you, the program does not survive. Also, congrats to the girls lacrosse program on an amazing season. I also want to thank Mr. Wong, who is always there with me, giving me a helping hand. I also want to thank assistant defensive coach Anthony, who gives his own free time to help out this team. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, for the speech. This season, our goal was to win a third championship in a row. However, with only 7 returning players, it was going to be a heck of a challenge. How could so many new players learn a sport in 1 month? A sport that requires handling a stick with a ball at full speed and at full contact. We had exhibition games in Ottawa to prepare. That day was absolutely freezing. And for many of our players, it was their first ever lacrosse games. We didn't play so well, and so I wondered how these guys would respond after the trip. Were they going to get better? Did they even like lacrosse? These were legitimate questions, but they were quickly put to rest. They showed up to practice and played hard and were set to improve. When practice was over, they'd always stay and keep practicing and perfecting their skills. They would even create their own pickup games after school. These were all the little things that made you guys so much better. Then our regular season started. In a tough debut game against powerhouse Brébeuf, The defense stepped up. They only allowed 5 goals all game. However, we could only score 4. And so the game was assumed lost. We were down 5-4 with under a minute left, but we managed to score with 54 seconds left. Overtime, right? But not for our group. Ryder won a key face-off, and then we ran the clock to save for one last shot. There was a rebound, and Corey Logan found it, put it top corner, scoring with only 2 seconds left. We went absolutely crazy. What a start to the regular season that was. All right, so, sorry. All right, so this gave us momentum in the following games. Even though all our games were away, they seemed to be cold and wet. They never complained. They just played hard. We were starting to become a real team. Everybody had their role. Our seniors paved the way and pushed our younger players. And so some of the grade 9s even scored in their first season, playing against competition much older than them. Overall, we finished our RSCQ season, regular season, undefeated. Now it was time for the playoffs. After quarterfinal and semifinal wins, it was time for the final championship game against KSS, who we had beat the 2 years prior. In that final game, sometimes I always get caught up in the what ifs. What if there was 10 more seconds on the clock? What if Ollie Plante hadn't hit the post? What if Fred Bork was healthy? What if we had a home game instead of road game like we deserved? But sports and life aren't about the what ifs. What we do know is that the finals was one heck of a game, an 11-10 back and forth match where one great team had to lose, and it had to be us. I couldn't be prouder of the vets, the young generation of grade 9s and 10s, the goalies, our awesome defense, and everyone in between. In the end, we finished the RSCQ with 6 wins and 1 loss, 66 goals for, and only 25 goals against. Every opponent had rave reviews, whether it was in a blowout win or a close loss in the finals. I'm so proud to have coached you guys and taught you this beautiful sport called lacrosse. I hope you enjoyed the many bus rides, that you enjoyed the first goals of some of your teammates, our first wins, our first win streak, the solid breakout and hits by our long poles, and who could forget all our restaurant stops at Ange Gardien. Overall, we didn't win the championship, but we were so darn close. We were humble in our victories and classy in defeat, and that's what matters most. You made Stanstead Lacrosse proud, and I'll never forget this season with you guys. Thank you. All right. These individual awards were so hard to choose. We were 24 guys, and every player was important. But in this case, we decided as a coaching staff to select veteran players who have contributed tons this season, as well as over the years. I hope next year's returners come back hungry and ready to step up. So please hold your applauses. Our first Senior S goes to a player who has been in the program for 3 years. Some of our players may forget, but the Ottawa games would have been really, really bad without him. He helped make big stops and lead the breakouts. I'm sure he will give credit to his defense for allowing so few goals, but I really think you deserve a lot of credit too. Senior S to Jeremy Robert. Our second Senior S goes to a player who improved so much in 2 years. He had never played the sport, but eventually he found a way to become a premier attackman in the league. He was so fast, tenacious, and very good at ground balls. In his senior year, his shot improved a lot, and he kept his emotions in check. In the championship game, he scored 3 goals, 2 assists, and he finished the season with 15 goals, 8 assists for 23 points in 8 games. Congrats on a great season. Senior S to Ollie Plante. Our third Senior S and Sportsmanship Award goes to the longest serving player on the team. He's been with us for 5 years, and now it's your time to receive recognition. Thank you to this player for dedicating so much free time to improve your game. You cared about the program and your teammates. Your final game was awesome, and you kept us in the game. You are a classy teammate who didn't even hesitate to share the net in the final game. Sportsmanship Award and Senior S to Christopher Leclerc. All right, so I have two major S winners. Our first major S winner was an absolute force. Come get your awards. Thank you. All right, redo this. Our first major S winner was an absolute force this season. We needed him to take a step forward with so many guys graduating, and that he did. He was the best face-off man in the league, a guy who could do breakouts by himself, and he brought so much speed to our lineup. His final game made it clear that he was a cut above, and he deserved this major S. Congrats, Ryder Busto. All right, our final major S winner and team MVP was the engine of the offense. He was our go-to player and was instrumental in our success. His grit, his determination, and fearlessness allowed him to dominate the opposition. I'm also proud of his progress as a leader. He had patience for the younger players and allowed them their opportunities at times. When it counted most, however, he scored 4 goals in the finals. He finished the year with 24 goals and 10 assists for 34 points in only 8 games. But what matters most to me is your dedication to the sport and the culture you have helped build and create in this program. Major S and Team MVP.
Okay, I'm going to give out 2 major S awards this evening, and I'd like to celebrate each one individually. The first is going to be no surprise, as this golfer completely destroyed her competition and at the same time scored better than the entire team in the second tournament. She shot a 36. Incredible. She's an incredibly gifted golfer. Her drives are next level, as is her focus on the course. When Emma decides that her hockey days are done, I am 100% sure that she has what it takes to play at the next level in women's golf. Unfortunately, injury held her back this year, and she wasn't able to compete in all the tournaments. However, as the RCQ gold medalist at the senior goals level, Emma should be very proud of her season. Would you all please stand and join me in congratulating Emma McIntyre. Okay, I have one final award to give this evening. Both the Alex Phillip Golf Shield and the second major S will go to the same recipient. Mr. Phillip was a career teacher at Stanstead. He was the athletic director and longtime coach. To this day, he can still be found practicing his golf. He was a supporter of youth golf and was always a positive role model. He's a competitor and a true gentleman. So we have an internal competition where I keep scores all season long, and the lowest cumulative average is the recipient of the Alex Phillip Golf Shield. This golfer was also a leader in both competitions and in practices. Always positive and focused, he's worked very hard to get his game to where it is today. His season finished by winning gold in RSEQ competition and was low gross at the ETAC finals, where he led the team to the championship banner. He has a real love of the game, and I sincerely hope that he never gives it up. Would you all please stand and join me in congratulating Zachary Michaud on his major S and the Alex Phillip Shield.
Next program to speak is tennis, Mrs. Hamilton.
I did not have being the head coach of the tennis team on my 2025 bingo card, and I definitely could not have pulled it off without the help of a few key people. First, to Mr. Keith for his guidance and advice, to Ms. Calva for stepping up as assistant coach and allowing me to coach and still be a mom at the same time, to the Wellness Center for, well, let's face it, take care of Julianne, and finally to Mr. Spurk, who went from dealing with one of the chillest teachers on campus to dealing with me, a type A, hot-blooded, short-tempered, and but also loving person. Thank you. This season came with its fair share of complications. Our tennis meets were almost exclusively against BCS, and boy, did they want to beat us. This year, there was a trophy on the line, and they pulled every move to try and take it from us. They even put their name on the trophy before the season was over. I'm not making this up. They handed us the trophy with their name already engraved as the winner and included a little extra tag we could glue on top that said Stanstead. They were one step away from making a sacrifice to the tennis gods. Well, it didn't work. We won everything. In fact, we dominated. We tied with them the first week, then beat them the next two. During playoff, we placed first in every category except one. Julianne missed the final by just 1 point, and I truly believe Axel would have been in the mix if she had not suffered a crushing injury in her second game. Speaking of playoffs brings me to Massey Vanier and the important lesson they reminded me of during the fight for the banner. You see, Massey Vanier had no real chance of winning. They didn't have the numbers and couldn't fill all the spots. They could have said, what's the point of showing up if we cannot win? But they didn't. They came anyway. They played hard. They gave it everything they had and reminded us all what really matters when it comes to playing sports. You see all the shiny trophies behind me? Sure, they're nice. They make for great social media posts, bragging rights, a pat on the back. But in 5 or 10 years, most of those medals will probably be in the box at your parents' house or tucked away in your basement. The big trophies, hidden somewhere in the school archives. What stays with you is what motivates Mr. Van Dyke to challenge my players on the weekend. It's why Ms. Calva takes tennis lesson twice a week, and Mr. Winquist still plays hockey like he's 20. It's the love of the game, loving something you do, wanting to push yourself to your best. Massey Vanier came because they wanted to play new people, learn new skills, take on a challenge. In my mind, that day, they were the real winners. Now, did all of my players practice this mindset throughout the season? Not quite. Let's say we're still working on it. But what they did share every single day was a love and passion for the game. They showed up to cheer each other on during crucial matches. They were there when someone was having a bad day and just wanted to lock themselves in their room and listen to Ed Sheeran on a loop for hours. They stayed polite to the other teams even when they understood exactly what they were saying about them in a foreign language. Some of them even paused mid-game to casually start a conversation with the other team. They adapted when their partner just didn't feel like running. They shared rackets, balls, clothes, gossip, and somehow they even convinced me to share my snacks. Not once did I wake up dreading tennis practice. In fact, I came to look forward to it, and that's because of every single one of you. Noah, Seya, Joliane, Axel, Sophia, Vincent, Grady, Rilo, François, Senna-Louis, David, Iman, Jacob, Rebecca, Gabriela, Keisha, Charlie, Emma, Camille. Thank you. Now up to awards. Let's start with the most coveted award on the team, what we like to call the Grady Hanna Prize for Sportsmanship. Now, Grady had every reason to win again this year, but but this time someone else will take it home. And they couldn't be more deserving. This player stayed behind every single day when games ran long just to cheer others on. They always put the team first, even volunteering to sit out right before a meet so a previously injured teammate could return to competition. Her reasoning, I've played before, now it's her turn. When opponents insulted her in one of the many languages she understands, she never stooped to the level. She's the kindest, most gracious person on the team. The 2025 Sportsmanship Award goes to Sofia Guzman. We have one Senior S winner this year, and honestly, I don't think we had a more entertaining player on the team. This guy had his own playbook. He may not have had the most refined skills, but he had Jedi mind tricks spilling out of his sleeves, enough to get into better players' heads and beat them at their own game. He's the most frustrating person to play against because somehow he always finds a way to win that you didn't even see coming. No wonder he made it all the way to the Shield final. The recipients of this year's Senior S Award, Emmanuel Gans. Please come up. We have 4 Major S awards. Sorry, Mr. Wolf, for your legs. If you had told me at the beginning of the season that I would be fighting for this player to win a Major S award, I would have told you to get out of here. That first week, it was rough. Not because he couldn't hit properly or crush his opponents, he could. But this player had to learn an important truth in the tennis world. With great skills come great responsibilities. You had to eat some humble pie and realize that you're only as good as your partner. If you want to achieve the results you're craving, you need to support your teammate and lift them up. And once that lesson hit home, he demonstrated the most growth of the entire season. He understands the game, he reads players like no one else, he's got a wicked serve and could hold his own against any competitor we face. First Major S winner of the night, Louis Sullivan. When you see this tennis player walk onto the court, you probably don't look twice. He's unassuming, laid back, shows up in his oversized tracksuit, warming up with his earbuds in. He doesn't say much, doesn't make any waves. And then he hits the ball for the first time, and suddenly everyone's paying attention. Who's that kid? Who's hitting curve serves that defy the laws of physics? Who watches tennis lesson in his room during study? Who stays after practice almost every day just to keep improving? Who plays with his friends so they can improve too? And who, when you tell him, you play really well today, responds simply, I know. Who else but our second Major S winner of the night, Seiya Okawa. I didn't see this player coming, and neither did Mr. Key during tryouts. We knew he had some skills, sure, but when we built the ladder, we placed him in the middle of the pack. Boy, were we wrong. This player doesn't just have skills you rarely see on our courts. He's a true student of the game. He reflects on it, he studies it, and most importantly, he respects it. Even when he was limited to just 2 serves in the game, he was still a tough opponent. I hate that word. And when things were going his way, there was literally nothing you could do to stop him. When he set his sights on the shield, everyone else was in trouble. Even Iman, who faced him in the final, had to admit that once Noah started hitting those shots and finding every corner of the court, there was nothing he could do. Major S winner and co-recipient of the tennis shield, Noah Ager. No, after the show. After the show. It's no surprise that the last major S award tonight goes to Juliane Tremblay. Honestly, I was starting to worry we couldn't get to see her play at all this year. She might be the unluckiest girl alive. I mean, who else gets hit in the head with a ball the day before the championship final? But Juliane, she's unstoppable. No matter what gets thrown in her face, no pun intended, she pushes through. And when she's on the court, she's that girl, the one you do not want to face. This year, BC has brought in a national tennis coach to help their team, and even he was stunned the first time he saw her play. Say it again, she's that girl. There isn't an official team captain in tennis, but when I had to choose someone to go accept the banner and the trophy during the ceremony, I turned to her without hesitation, because she's been our anchor time and time again. Major S award and the co-recipient of the tennis shield, Juliane Tremblay.
What are you doing? The next program is the first program of the night that can award an MVP trophy as well as a Major S. Like a Major S award, if an athlete wins the MVP trophy, the athlete is honored with a standing ovation from everyone. Next to speak, badminton program, Miss Weir.
Last year, I got up to this podium and asked you to join us for the experience of a lifetime. Be a part of Stanstead badminton history. Let's build a team of over 50 players. We need you to win the ETIAC banner. Still, the tennis players opted out of swinging a racket inside an air-conditioned gym. The flag football players chose to play in the rain and mud for their banner. The rugby players chose bruises over badminton. Some of you listened and showed up. We went from a team of 24 players to a team of 39. Be careful what you wish for. But thanks to our assistant coaches, Mr. Wolf and Madame Boivin, we were able to run 3 practices every day between 2 gyms. Our players would start early or stay late just to get in more practice time. To help manage the team, student leaders stepped up to coach developing players and run drills. This season's Sportsmanship Award goes to a grade 12 student who we played against last year. She coached junior players and helped lead practices. Allison Morris is encouraging from the sidelines and skilled on the court. We will miss having her on our team. We have so many excellent players to learn from, and to lose against. For example, Arnold Jang has earned a Bantam S because he won a medal every week. That's 3 gold medals and 1 silver in singles and doubles events in both Bantam and junior brackets. His skills are next level. Last season, we took home 11 medals. This year, 20. That's 11 gold, 6 silver, 3 bronze. An amazing feat for a still small-ish team. Our roster is filled with players at the top of their league. You should be one of them, because guess what, lacrosse players? Our bus rides are only 45 minutes long. Roger Marcoux and Mike Sun are 2 such players. Together, they won 2 gold medals as doubles partners and then faced each other in a tough singles final. Today, they'll each take home a Junior S for their achievements in the junior boys category and for helping with team development. I look forward to seeing all they will accomplish next year as seniors. Our most fierce player in the senior boys events was Matthew Ma. He stepped up as a mentor to junior players on the team, and he has earned a Senior S for winning 2 medals with Zibo Dang as his doubles partner. Zibo is a calm and focused player who gets a Junior S for winning medals in both junior and senior doubles events. Mavis Liu has earned a Senior S for her role as half of the strongest senior girls doubles team in the league. After a tough loss in their first tournament together, they came back with determination to win it all the next week. With Mavis playing at the net and Isabel smashing from the back of the court, they were tough to beat. Kira and Zoe joined the badminton team this year. They showed tremendous progress and worked hard to improve week by week. Together, they earned 2 bronze medals in junior girls doubles. In the final week of tournaments, Cindy and Melanie each had impressive results in the senior girls singles events, with Melanie losing by a small margin in the final to earn a silver medal. Allison, Kayla, Ren, Eric, and Isabel, thank you for your contribution and leadership. Edith, Marcia, and Berta, thank you for trying a new sport in your final season. We wish you all the best as you graduate from Stanstead. Yes, yep. Despite a team full of stellar players, here we are again without the banner. We had a season filled with triumph, and we made it to 3rd place in the league. That's a big deal. We are so proud of this team and the progress they've shown. On behalf of your coaches, congratulations on another great season, and to everyone else, see you at tryouts next year. Allison, Arnold, Roger, Mike, Zibo, Mavis, and Matthew, come get your awards. All right, this grade 12 student athlete took her time deciding between the golf, lacrosse, or badminton teams. We sure are glad she chose us. She competed in the first badminton tournament and found it a bit too easy to win the senior girls singles bracket. So the next week she found a partner and came back to excel in the senior girls doubles event.
MVP, Mac Nicholson.
Our next program to speak, Senior Girls Rugby, Miss Hessian.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to take a page out of Mr. Van Dyke's book, and I'm going to flip the script, and I'm going to begin with the awards and finish with the team, because we should all be playing for the pin, because that's what really matters the most. I'll start with Senior S award winners. At the beginning of the season, I asked some of the players to talk to me about what their goals were for the season. This player's goal was to be to be present and active in the little moments, because it's not just about the big moments in rugby, it's about what happens after that's really special, and that's Deanna Wright. The second goal was to be a hype girl for the team, so that we could get out of our heads and onto the field, so that she could be the one to say, okay, let's really go for it. And she did, and that's Charlotte Brand. The next one made a goal to change the way that she reacts to mistakes, because, as she said, everything good in rugby happens because of someone's mistake, and that's Sarah Leisure. The next set a goal to bring the positive energy and not let the simple mistakes bring her down. She was hard on herself, but she was super great with her teammates, and that is Charlotte Labreche. And this player vowed to use communication to build trust and understanding, even on the bad days. But on the rugby field, I don't think she had very many bad days, and that is Sarah Martinez. And this year I have a special joy in giving out the Good Sport Award to two very special players. That brought it all on the field, of course. Everyone gets an award because they're great on the field too. But together, somehow, they were able to bring the most lighthearted levity to every single moment, no matter how serious, whenever it was needed. I'd like to ask you if I could get three and a half claps for Danny and Gio. So if Deanna, Charlotte, Sarah, Danny, and Heo could come up and get your awards. At the beginning of the season, this player's goal was to be able to rely on her teammates and be open to learning. But with quick decision making and excellent instincts, she quickly became someone that her teammates looked to rely on. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in honoring Maya Carter-Allett with a major S. A person after my own heart, this player's goal was to accomplish success. And for that, it meant to embrace mistakes, to learn from them, and she really certainly reached her peak in the final games of the season, leading completely from the front. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in honoring Karime Olan Gallardo with a major S. And we have one final individual award. And this is to the player who wanted to bring the positive aura. But most importantly, be someone that opponents respect, because we play hard and we play fair. And if you watched us play, or if you played against us, you would also believe that this is true. This player is not only the winner of a Major S sweater, but also the winner of the Roger Marino's Award for Trophy for Sportsmanship and Excellence in Rugby, and that is Miley Laforge. Thank you, everyone, for your patience this evening. I'd like to say thank you, of course, to everyone who was a part of our season this year, the Wellness Center, superfan Mr. Samard, who is everyone's fan, and that's really great because it's people like Mr. Samard that travel to watch the teams that really dig into the hearts of the young athletes, and I think that's really something important and worth recognizing. I'd like to thank Mr. Spurk and Tyler Bada, to Ms. Schaefer and her crew of coaches. I'd like to thank Webb Ellis for picking up the ball and running with it, and a very, very huge debt of thanks to Kayla Willett, who is, quite frankly, the type of person who will give you her last chicken nugget. So at the beginning of the season, as most of you have heard, I asked the players to think about what they wanted to achieve this season. What did they want out of it, to bring some words, some discussion, all those things together. So they brought words like fun, supportive, inclusive, happy, learn, work hard. You know, I was hoping for words like strong and aggressive, competitive, win, fast, fierce maybe. But after 10 weeks together, many road trips, 7s games, 10s games, 15s games, some frostbite, some heat stroke, millions of rolls of tape, a lot of TikToks, some bruises, some blood, some blisters, some up days, some down days, one really bad day, and one championship trophy later, Kayla asked them to talk about what they noticed in their teammates. And I used one of those word cloud things, you know, you put in all the words and all the sentences and it makes the important words really big. And guess what words popped up? Kind, sweet, energy, hardworking, teammate, strong, fast, funny, and my favorite, always. Because that's what matters, always. When you bring a team together and cohesion, once you build the temple, it will be there forever. So always. Now, they're not always sweet and kind. If you ever stepped on somebody's foot, they're a bunch of whiners. But together, everyone achieves more. And so this year's speech is entitled 5 Pieces of Advice for Rugby as a Metaphor for Life. Together, remember the candle? Just one light is a flicker in the darkness. But together, we can all stand in the light. Everyone, remember, all you can do is all you can do. And if everyone does that, you will truly be unstoppable. Achieves, tackles, 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 the ball, the ball, the ball. Chase down your goals, whatever they may be, and go at them with all that you have. And more. Here's the more. When you're my age and you get on a bus of screaming teenagers, and they're singing Stand By Me, you'll be lucky. And it reminds me of something that Alina said at the very beginning of the season. And she said, I am lucky to be on this team. So I'd like to say thank you from Kayla and I for letting us get to know you. Thank you. And now for the final presentation of the night, I'd like to invite Mr. Spurk from Senior Boys Rugby.
All right, there he is. I want to start with a huge thank you to my co-coaches, Mr. Marino and Mr. Adrian Myers. They have been the glue that keeps the backs and the forwards working so well together. I'm very grateful to the both of them for making this very special season what it was. Mr. Marino keeps it light and continues to share his passion for the sport. Adrian, he rolls with tough love, but never-ending support for development of the player in person. Thank you both for making the last 2 years so special. I started out last year by saying this is by far the most talented team I've ever coached at the high school level. Well, I think this year may have taken it up just a notch. Although we lost some incredible leaders, we gained more depth and were a more balanced attack. It was clear when we took a core of the team to Japan that we had something special. These guys were incredible to each other and really represented themselves well and their school beyond my expectation. Special shout out to Mac Nicholson for buying into the team, leaving it all on the field, even if he knew he was coming home to play lacrosse, a true class act on tour. We then came back and brought the whole crew together. There was no elitist behavior, just immediate acceptance and helping new players learn the ropes of this physical game. Success was going to depend on everyone checking their ego at the door and accepting different roles to complete that starting roster. It was incredible to watch these guys do what was best for our success, gel together, and play for one another. Once again, this year I felt more like a fan than a coach. They were that good. In a year where many of us on this campus were looking for a ray of sunshine, you boys were my ray. You were respectful when playing weak opponents. You battled to the end when playing teams that were your level, and you rose to the challenge against teams who came in with a history of beating you. You were always ready, and for that, I thank you. My most fond memory will be watching you fool around before practice, leaving no one behind. That epic oozeball final in New Brunswick, the come-from-behind win in the final against Selwyn House at the GMA Sevens, and the flawless rugby you played against each other last week at BCS. But my greatest memory, will be that you loved the game. You stayed late and you wanted more all the time. But most importantly, you were nice opponents to play against. This group went undefeated when they weren't beating each other in the 2 sevens games they played in the league. They went 18-0 in sevens and 7-0 in 15s, 25-0 overall. In the last 2 seasons, and most of these guys were on that team, they managed a record of 48-0-1. To all of you ending your time here, thank you. Thank you for all you gave the program, and you always know you have a home here. Once a Spartan, always a Spartan. Thanks. We have one senior award and a sportsmanship award. The first Senior S goes to a second-year player who came into his own this season. He became a threat offensively and became a leader for the new players. Not only is he skilled, he's an incredible teammate, an incredible person, and a friend to all. Gonna miss ya, Senior S to Baron Trottier. The Sportsmanship Award is split between 2 guys who are new to the team. They accepted whatever role they were given and were awesome to coach. Literally anything that was asked of them was, yes, coach, and away they went. Josh for his incredible tackling and respectful play, and Chaz for his quiet but composed management of the field. Sportsmanship Award is split between Chaz Fauché and Josh Littman. Come on up. All right, I have a lot of awards here, and I apologize. But these guys are all definitely worth it, and it took 3 nights of sleeplessness to get to this point. First Major S goes to a player who is in his 2nd year. He struggled with his temper early on, but cared deeply to work to improve. He became one of the most threatening sevens players on the field and carried us in most of our games. He's one of our leading scorers, and I can't wait to see him back next year. First Major S goes to Elijah Arrigo. Next major S goes to the most physically dominant player I have ever coached. He is an athletic specimen. He is near impossible to take down one-on-one and is an excellent rucker. He's strong in scrums and has scored some epic tries this year as a big man. I only wish he would have found the game earlier in his high school career. Major S to Peter Polacek. Next major S goes to a workhorse who just does the right thing all the time. He's hard in contact, electric in open space, and doesn't stop grinding until you force him to come out of the game. He's also one of the top scorers. Can't wait to see him next year. Major S to Gabriel DeSantis. Next major S goes to the top player in New Brunswick, a real threat from the back of the scrum and someone who has become a more vocal leader this year. He really comes off the field as he has such a diverse skill set and can play anywhere. We'll miss this guy next year. Major S, Bo Bailey. The next player is part of the foundation of the last few years. He's devoted himself to the team and improving as a prop. He's been recruited by 4 universities, and that's a testament to his speed and intensity in attack. He's been a true leader, someone we'll greatly miss. Major S to Noah Papillon. And now the final major S goes to a second-year player who has really led the team all year. He never comes off the field and managed this potent offense with ease. His rugby IQ is strong and his compete is even stronger. He has 2 years left and sky is the limit for this incredible two-way player. Final major S and the recipient of the Donald A. Ross Trophy for Excellence in Sportsmanship in Senior Boys Rugby, Noah Grenier. And now a final few words from Mr. Wolf.
Thank you, Mr. Spurk. And first of all, I wanted to thank everybody here for their excellent comportment tonight. I know it's a long awards ceremony, but thanks for everyone for moving along, all the coaches with their speeches, moving along with a great deal of concision, and for everybody here for their respectful behavior. I wanted to take a moment to thank all the coaches for their dedicated work this spring, and I especially wanted to thank Mr. Spurk for all that he's done this past year directing the Stanstead College athletics program. That is a big, time-consuming, and difficult job involving dozens of teams, a multitude of leagues and schedules, a plethora of coaches, and hundreds of student athletes. Mr. Spurk knows the importance and value of athletics, not just now in the present moment, but also in how sports can impact and shape one's life in the years ahead. He lived that experience himself here at Stanstead College as one of the best student athletes in school history, and he does all that he can to make sure that you have that same special experience. And he does it with commitment, dedication, passion, and love for you. So thank you, Mr. Spurk.
Thank you, Mr. Wolf. So that concludes our Spring Athletic Assembly. Thank you very much. I know it's hot in here. You did a great job. But one final thank you. I saved this. I did it at the beginning of the year. I missed it the last 5 years, but this is important. This is a special thank you. There's a guy sitting up here and a woman who just left, I think, because our kids were crying. They spend tireless hours following you around. You look very cool on Vitagami and on social media. So a huge thank you to Mr. Murray and Miss Garrett. Okay, we're almost done. Just would all winners please stay behind for photos? That's Bantam S, Junior S, Senior S, Sportsmanship, Major S, Shield winners and MVPs, and also those brave captains from Team South. Congrats again. It's now time to head back to your residences. Good night.